Welcome back to Valiant Hearts, and now it's Chapter 3, The Poppy Fields.
Oh boy, something bad's gonna happen. I
Well,
can
we
tell
did
by a
end the
name
previous
like
one
the...
on a tragedy.
No, I can tell by the name
a
the
war
Poppy
story where
Fields.
bad things happen. I've never seen that.
No. I can tell by that chapter name, though, something especially bad is going to happen in this one.
In happier news, Karl is safe from the trenches, and his condition improves steadily.
I guess that's one good
I'll go
thing,
and
at
see him on
least.
my next leave.
Well, remember, John, the soldiers needed to find solace in everything for that kind of conditions.
Any better?
Karl discovered things were
Oh,
not.
I spoke too soon.
Whoopsie!
According to Marie's last letter, his son.
It's
That
always something!
Karl
So
had
Karl
come
is
to
safe,
see
but now his son is on the
war
verge of
would be
dying.
So, yeah, now we're controlling Karl and we need to find a way out from the camp.
And now
Boy.
for someone completely different.
Yeah. But yeah, this also showcases how the life of war prisoners were for World War One. It was kind of a rarity because due to the different tools at disposal and the other chaos of battles, rarely there were conditions where someone was taken prisoner, and usually it was like mercy killed on the spot. You know, if it was like gravely injured or something. So this was more like a rare occurrence than anything, but it still does showcase. Obviously, this thing happened the most, obviously, on the Western Front, the one between France and England against Germany. The one on my front didn't have this kind of thing. It was like still present, but due to the nature of fighting on the mountains, it wasn't as common. And it was already a rare occurrence for the Western Front, so even then it was even a more rare chance. Not to mention, there was more of a mentality of, if finding an injured person, it was more an instinct to kill rather than taking prisoners. It sounds ruthless, and it certainly is, but that's sadly how the mentality during war works.
And yet it still sounds better than a certain bout of camps in another war.
Well, Jova, you know what they say. Even no matter how things become, they can certainly
always
get
be worse.
Yeah. But anyway,
Oh,
as
yeah.
this guy told us, we need to find a pair God damn it, I keep forgetting. So this is
Hey, doggy! You
this
wanna
part
help?
actually kind of works, sort of more. You still use the in-game mechanics, but it sort of works like a traditional Sierra or LucasArts point and click game, where you need to get an object, even if how unrelated may seem, give it to a person. That person gives you another object, and it instigates a chain of events that end up giving you the object that you need. It was more common in LucasArts game than in like Monkey Island than in Sierra titles, but it was still like a component of point and click titles, and it's nice to see it being referenced here. Anyway, by positioning here, for example, we can move the crank. But yeah, basically here's the thing, the camp functions sort of like an open area where you need to get into each of every room, every different palace and different houses and see what you can do, in them, what objects can you get and what objects do you need. For example, this guy needs a pair of suspenders for his trousers, and he will give us medicine in return.
You know they gotta be hurting for resources when freaking
the
suspenders are
The
considered
cook
valuable.
instead wants to get to smoke from his pipe, so we need to find that instead. And as we saw before, the doggo wants, of course, to eat. A surprise. Let's see. Oh, a letter from a Hungarian prisoner. Again, similar to the previous ones, this one is actually genuine. Like the text is transcribed from an actual letter that was sent. Again, Ubisoft really. I commend Ubisoft for doing their jobs on gathering all these war artifacts. It was probably a massive and very tedious way of cataloging everything and making it fit all nicely into the game. But I commend the authenticity of it.
It boggles the mind. They did such good research for this. So why the heck did they fail research so badly in Assassin's Creed Unity, the one based off of something that happened in France?
I have an answer for that, Shova.
Oh.
You see, the developers of this game actually cared about what they were making. And that makes all the difference.
It's ironic because
thing is
Assassin's Creed Unity is the one that takes place in Ubisoft's own home country.
Remember, Jova, they already had to, do something like change, as people discovered by data mining, they had to do some stuff like changing the actual layout of parts of Notre Dame due to some copyright issues.
Oh, the layouts are the
reason.
least of the problems. No, I'm talking
Is
about
it
the
because of the
story bit.
artwork kind of
Oh, no,
aspect to
I'm
it?
talking more so about the story bits and how they tried to make the royal side look more like the sympathetic side, even though that was not how exactly the French Revolution worked.
But for context, this was done by, I forgot if I mentioned specifically, but this was done by Ubisoft Montpellier, which was the team that worked on the Rayman game. Basically, usually it's the team that was founded by Michel Ancel, even though he didn't contribute to this. So they did had some kind of mindset when creating even some parts of the humor or the puzzle working for this. So I can definitely see it. Stuff that's different, for example, from the Assassin's Creed development team from Montreal. There you go. You have a simple pipe puzzle.
The thing is, it isn't just a case of research. They probably needed to get a lot of permissions to actually feature these. This is a lot of work.
Yeah, there's also the fact that, if you don't remember one of the previous parts, one of the artifacts was actually the result of a contest that was done thanks to a contest that was done in France by that Ubisoft. Oh, there you go. That Ubisoft held in searching for artifacts as well, and we got it one from a girl, I think. Anyway, there you go. We got the pair of suspenders, but we need to send. One thing that you also noticed before is that we can potentially get into a quote-unquote secret club as long as we have a red scarf. And we saw one of those in one of the buildings from before, but he's hanging out with one of the. There you go. It's up there, along with one of the sacks that we need to pull down. Fortunately, poor Karl has to do basically errand boy stuff.
Figures. It is an RPG after all.
Actually, it's not, Jova. Remember, it's more of a puzzle game with some minor platforming elements.
Hints of an RPG, then.
Not even that, sorry, Jova. It doesn't even have like a skill progressing systems or something like that.
Well, you do quests for people, and that's enough to make it seem like one.
Totally. But there's also the fact that it has the multiple character point of view as a narrative device. I don't think it was like exclusive to RPGs. It was certainly pioneered by some of them, like Live Alive, for example. But in more recent times, it has become more common, especially also thanks to how TV series like Game of Thrones and books like Game of Thrones or its book counterpart, A Song of Ice and Fire, not sort of popularize it, but make it more easier to do. Because up until this point, it was considered a bit difficult for people to actually, write a piece of media that had different characters having different point of view on a constant basis, each of them with his or her own subplot. It wasn't exactly easy as a thought process. But there you go, on the scarf. But thanks to that, Martin showed that it's not even that bad for you to create it, and it kind of shows because I read also some books made more after A Song of Ice and Fire that now uses that same technique. Particularly, a prototype of example can be viewed also in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, where when it comes then to already in the Two Thrones, it starts branching into 2 or 3 different subplots, having different protagonist characters.
Mm-hmm.
Handkerchief.
Oh, okay. Jova. I wish for a lot of. I know what I'm gonna do, Teo. I'm gonna wish for a lot of handkerchiefs to fall from the sky, so that the characters of this game can cry and cry to their heart's content.
Sonic and the
we need
Secret
a-
Rings, I guess.
That will solve
Yes,
everything.
yes.
I mean, to be fair, there was
Sonic is like always the pioneer of top tier
That's the thing.
advice.
At the very beginning, when oh, there you go the pipe. At the very beginning, when Freddie mentioned, I thought for a second that it was very Penstrathable.
It does sound like it would be something from there, though, doesn't it?
Well,
No, not that stupid.
as we remember, Fang wishes instead for more meat.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Sonic at least did a selfish
And
wish.
speaking of that,
Oh.
well, not exactly. We can get some vegetables and knock that piece of ham.
Yes, this is how we'll get meat through the use of vegetables.
Biscuit box. This was the best way to
creative
conserve,
means.
food in the harsh ways of the trenches. There we go. We just need to knock those supports down, and the meat should spontaneously fall into our hands. Because that's
Knocking
just
down
how it
supports
works.
with vegetables. Those must be some very, very, very frozen vegetables.
There you go. And now we can finally get to the... There you go. The snippers.
Uh-oh.
No,
Oh,
that's
phew.
it. We just need to, similar in A Way Out, we just need to wait at the proper time.
But if Karl escapes, then that could mean trouble.
Well, yeah, we need to wait and not, be spotted.
You know what this means, though, guys? The guy who came looking for him, though, is then gonna have to go looking for him again because he's probably gonna get lost on his way
already
back
busted.
home.
Jeez.
Oh,
Oh, well, he didn't even get that
Well-
far.
We'll get back to that eventually. For now, it's time to see actually Freddie's motivation, the reason why he's so angry and wants to kill the German commander.
Wasn't that for vengeance or something?
And we're about to see that.
Oh, hello there.
This is like a Quentin Tarantino shot.
I know,
The
right?
roses and everything.
The off-scale colors too.
He was supposed to be getting married in Paris. I think it was in
Oh.
Paris.
Oh
Remember-
snap!
He did transfer into Europe because of the back then rampant racism that was still present in America. But unfortunately, his marriage had to be sort of cancelled.
Snap! They pulled a Resident Evil on him. Whatever the 2017 movie was.
And yes, as you can imagine, he's literally too angry to die.
Wow.
Although also thanks to Walt.
Good dog.
I mean, he's been trained for that, so...
He's been a help to practically everyone, honestly.
That's one of the key points, the fact that Walt functions as a sort of conducting, vehicle to all of the main characters. But now, obviously, since Freddie was still under the fort that exploded, it means that he's buried under a shit ton of rubble. So we need to find a way out.
Sucks.
Of course, one of the things that you talk about also is the no man's land, the small territory that was present between one trench and the other, which was, of course, the most dangerous possible. Oh, the tank survived.
Of course it did.
I mean, that's his job. Oh,
Wait, Theo, I thought it was a
get him
metal.
out.
I thought it was a Metal Gear's job to survive.
Well, the Metal Gear essentially is a moving tank. Flashlights. Yes, we can. Basically, we need the professor to fix the electricity of a place. because he can. Never mind the fact that he's supposed to be a chemist.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Well, it's better than expected. Apparently maybe the professor can actually fix the tank, but we need to find one component that's missing. Well, we kinda need to find it not fast, but as soon as possible, considering the place is falling down.
And on fire.
And we found a broken German bayonet. In case you don't know, bayonets... someone usually has the image of a bayonet as the rifle with the actual bayonet already attached to it, but the bayonet is actually a component that can be detached and had to be instead attached because in cases of emergency it could work as a makeshift dagger. Alright, we managed to get the component down, surprisingly, without breaking it, considering we had to throw a dynamite at it. Oh, some German soldiers are still alive.
Of course.
There you go. Let's see. Just a couple of wrenches and we're good to go.
It's that simple.
Let's try not crushing Walt in the process, Bo, please.
You wanna come in here too, Walt? No? Okay.
No, basically I'm cooling down because I was trying to find a way if I could get down, but don't worry, I will get down to from the tank eventually without missing what's in that cabinet. I was just checking here to be sure.
Again, Walt, it's perfectly safe in here. No, you just want to be a good boy and follow the tank, I guess.
Well, some animals are actually being afraid of vehicles, so I wouldn't be surprised if Walt is
especially
too.
if he's
Dogs in
claustrophobic.
particular can be quite afraid of vehicles.
Though, Shiro, I did heard stories that it can be kind of mixed. Sometimes it's kind of the opposite and they get way too excited.
Sometimes it's an environmental thing as well, like if cars are going too fast, so...
Ah, okay. There you go. By going back to the locker, we can get another artifact. In this case, a skewered rat.
A World War veteran's delicacy.
Insert your Shrek reference here.
Yeah, yet another one from my collection, I guess. Why are we keeping this?
Because that's what you eat during World War One when you're on the front lines.
Unfortunately, yeah, it came to a point where people were eating even their own shoes because we were done with with actual animal leather, which was technically edible. Anyway, thanks to this, we can potentially find pieces that we can use to fix the tank, but we need to use it in a precise shape, which means we have to use the plates in a specific combination. That's an interesting puzzle. We need to put the triangle in a certain way, the square in a certain way, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon, well, not proper hexagon, but 6 lateral, figure in a certain way. Yes, we're doing it, Professor. Calm down.
Oh yeah, it's happening. I mean, what more could happen to sour our day?
Well, things have been working just fine for now, so who knows?
Well, that's when we usually wait for the other shoe to drop.
There we go. Oh, now we just need the proper, rhombus? Okay, sure.
Seems simple enough.
No, that's not it. There you go. In case you're having doubts, you can see that silhouette up there. That can definitely help you in seeing what the final shape looks like. That usually helps. Let's see if this works like that. It's close enough, I might as well. There we go. Yeah, that should do it. There we go. Basically, the professor managed to construct us a cannon.
Lovely.
Again, he's supposed to be a chemist. Whatever, it's a video game. Guess. Basically, we need to use Walt to pull the lever, and we need to, you know, move it at the same time in order to make it fall right. Also, some German coins. There we go. Damn it. There we go.
Your own makeshift cannon.
Although, like, if the tank did not have it before, what are we using as shells?
Our imagination.
And now it's time to finally storm out. So yeah, that's definitely something that the Germans were not expecting.
Yeah.
Again, it's part of the more traditional video game storytelling aspect of the game, where it's you know, presenting a more unrealistic scenario, despite with the set or the setting of the war, for the sake of telling the tale.
We're home free!
Almost.
As long as we don't run out of ammo.
We just, actually, thankfully we have infinite. It kind of reminds me a bit of a Metal Slug level. There we go. Even the music is pumping up for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. Keep trying.
That was almost too easy.
Although, oops.
Eh?
Damn it.
Oh! Oh!
Well, that's still not gonna stop us.
Ah. You fool. You've just given us the exposure to your support.
I guess.
There you go.
Or maybe not.
Well, we just need to blow some more dirt. There we go, now we just need to pass through no man's land and reach in the French trenches.
Simple, right?
Surprisingly, yes. I mean, remember, no man's land wasn't having that much on it. Maybe some landmines here and there, but otherwise it really truly was like a barren wasteland.
Fuck you, trees. I hate you.
You're in my way, sir. There we go. Here's the French flag. Hello there.
Lucky Freddie was given a hero's welcome by
Yay!
the French
Thank God there's no
forces. Mihiel wrote
misunderstandings.
to let her know that her father was free.
And yeah, we managed even to rescue Anna's
Freddie
father.
and Emil's reunion.
Ah, now everything's looking up. I think.
Well, sort of. We'll see what those sinister last words were meaning in the next part. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.